Hello and welcome to this week's video. Just a short disclaimer to say that what I set out to make isn't necessarily what I ended up with. Either way, I hope you enjoy the journey of the milk bottle. Okay, so here I am in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to come down to this area here, last one on the left hand side, upload image. It's not a Cricut image. I've actually purchased this from Design Bundles and I've already added it to my library. If you were uploading a new one, you just click upload image and that gives you the then facility to browse in your normal file folders on your computer. So this is what I'm going to use. I've highlighted it, I've clicked on it, it's highlighted itself in green, so I can go on to insert images. I know what size I want, so I'm going to go over here. Just going to take that down to 3.5. It's quite teeny. It's locked my ratio because I've got the padlock still locked. I'll do one more important thing. That's going to select all, come down to these buttons here, and I want to attach. If I didn't attach, it would just give me all of the right elements but just spread out on the mat. Well, obviously we want it like that so we can transfer it beautifully. So now it's going to be make it. It's popped it onto my mat. I don't need to mirror it because it's just regular vinyl, not a heat transfer vinyl, so we're cutting onto the front. I want one copy. Everything's looking great. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to ask me to set the material, so let's go on to popular vinyl. The pressure is going to be fine, and I'm going to be ready to load my mat now. So I'll see you when it is cut. I am so excited at how nicely this has cut out. You can see how, actually it's quite disgusting, this piece of vinyl, but it is old and it's scrappy, but I'm not really using the vinyl itself. I'm making a stencil, so let's weed it. So it is fully weeded. You can see the image. I've made sure that I've got all the little bits out. Felt a bit labour intensive. I think mainly because of the size rather than it being a lot of weeding. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm using some transfer tape because I want it to go beautifully onto my bottle. So you take a piece of transfer tape. Those little red bits are getting everywhere from my weeding. Just taking them off the tape before. That's the one thing I don't want to transfer. Right. Lay it over the top. Oops, that's just lifting. Let's just correct that. Okay, so it's on the transfer tape. I managed to kink my leaves out a little bit, which is a bit annoying, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to bring in my little milk bottle. Make sure everything's transferred. Probably could be on a towel or something to keep it from slipping, but let's just try and hold fold it down. The shape of the bottle is what's really giving me my guide. So I know that this is, I don't want to go below this wide, above this widest part. Right, so I'm in a well ventilated area, so I'm using this Paint Factory glass frosting spray, and I have some cardboard just to protect my surface, and I'm gonna go for it. See what's happening there. I think it needs more of this. I'm learning along with you. I think. Oh, does that need more, do you think? I think that is now plenty. So let's leave that to dry, and I'll come back to you when it is time to peel. Okay, so I am really pleased I made this, so I at least had something nice to share with you. I hope you really like this. I think it's really pretty, and the least said about this one the better, but hey, it was worth the experiment. It's always worth a try, and it means that I've tried it, so you don't have to. So let me know if you like this one as the alternative. Thanks so much for watching, and now that we've gathered, you go ahead and create. Bye bye. Till next time, bye bye. So here we go. This is what I am claiming as this week's victory. My okay, so I last left you when I was spraying this bottle, and I have to say it's been a bit of a disaster. I don't usually use the spray. I usually use an etching cream, which I think is much better for this type of project. So it hasn't gone well. It was extremely smelly. I mean, I'm sitting right by double doors and they were open, and it was still toxic. It was so wet that it's made everything peel off. This piece here has come off completely, so I'm gonna say fail on this. I haven't peeled it off yet. I mean, this fell off, as I say, but you can see it's all curled up. So we'll see how much of a disaster it has been, but I wanted to give you the full heads up. Obviously I could have just ditched this whole thing, but the whole idea is that I give you I do the experiment so you don't have to. Okay, so the tea's not particularly good. I will at some point buy some new etching cream. It's not something I do all the time. I'm pretty sure I got rid of mine because it was so old. But I will invest in some more and redo this. I've made really nice gifts with the etching cream before. On mason jars, I've put names and filled it with homemade. Actually, I did the etching, my husband made Rocky Road. That was a Mother's Day gift for his mum. You can do it on bakeware as a nice housewarming gift or hostess gift. So when it works, it's really cool. This incidentally is a day after, and that still feels a little soft to me. Whether that hardens up anymore, I don't know. Almost there. Yeah, see, that's still soft. This one has done more of an indentation rather than etching. I mean, you can see it, but I am by no means happy with that. So, with this revelation in mind, and so that you're not completely cheated out of a decent project this week, I have another bottle. I didn't have another one like this, so I have cut the same image out again. Apart from the size, I upped it to 4 inches, and I have cut it out of removable vinyl, patterned premium vinyl. This is cool stuff because you can, I mean, it's got a phone case, it's got a clock, put it on the frame, but if you wanted to put it on your wall, say you did happy birthday or something on the wall and you don't want that up all year round, you can remove it. But do a little patch test first. This is the patterns that come. You've got this, that one, and the one that I've used is this one. So this is the same point as I left you almost yesterday. So I've cut it, I've weeded it, I've put it onto transfer tape. I'm going to add it to this. So let's peel that off. It's somewhere for the middle, I think. Looks good. Probably best off snipping into that first if you're going to put it around a curve, which I have not. I feel like I've taken you on a bit of a journey with this one. It's supposed to be a simple project. Quite nice this one because you could actually put sweets in here as well if you wanted to. Let's put the transfer tape away. I actually really like that. That's pretty, quite delicate and pretty on there. You just about see the pattern. Very cute. So just to finish that bottle off, I have some ribbon. This particular one is a Stampin' Up ribbon. Everything will be linked in the description below this video. Just tie that into a pretty bow. You could cut something for the top of the lid as well if you wanted to. Obviously take the lid off. I don't know where I got this bottle from. I've had all the bottles for quite a while. I taught a class and did something with the bottles a long time ago, so I had some left over that were just sort of You know how we do, collect these things hanging around. Okay, so I am really pleased I made this, so I at least had something nice to share with you. I hope you really like this. I think it's really pretty, and the least said about this one the better, but hey, it was worth the experiment. It's always worth a try, and it means that I've tried it, so you don't have to. So let me know if you like this one as the alternative. Thanks so much for watching, and now that we've gathered, you go ahead and create. Bye bye. Till next time, bye bye.